Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the yearly horoscope for the Gemini rising Lagna. So friends, the approach which I am following for this yearly analysis for all the rising signs is very simple. We already have had our discussion on the general analysis that how the slow moving planets, karmic planets are going to be influencing you and which planet as per the Vedic calculation is going to be the king of the year and the minister of the year. We already have had our discussion in the last video. In this video we will try to look at the specific months and the dates when there are going to be some important yogas which is going to be getting formed in the transit, which will prove out to be very helpful. Like if you're a kind of person who wants to enter into a new year with a proper planning in place, that in this month I will buy a new car, in this month I will consider like advertising, marketing my brand, or in this month I can initiate the mortgage, buying a house, or innovating or redecorating the house. I can initiate that in that specific month. So I mean to say, if you know about the specific timelines, so definitely it will help you. And based on the participation and the request, if needed, I might make one final last video where I will go elaborative based on the Lagna. So okay friends, now in this video, before we will start our discussion, let's first briefly do the revision of what we discussed in the last video, because knowing how the karmic and the slow moving planets are influencing you becomes very important. So when we talk about the planet Jupiter, now Jupiter in your case happened to be your 7th and the 10th lord, and now like for one half of the year it is going to be transiting in your first house, which is a very good sign. I'm sure you would have experienced this thing, that all the interested parties, whether for the business, whether for the matrimonial alliance, people would have approached you on their own. And again friends, like Jupiter's transit from the first house, we generally say that in this phase somehow you remain lucky, like many lucky breaks happen. People generally end up seeing the goodness in our personality. When Jupiter will move to your second house, so that is going to be the time in this year when you can expect more financial opportunities, addition to a new member in the family. And when Jupiter will finally move to your third house, although it is going to be the Mandakaraka Avastha, but when it comes down to the material blessings, gifts, expansion, this is a good placement. Like Jupiter somehow gives you that divine will and the right timing for initiating and implementing the task. When we talk about from the planet Saturn's perspective, so see friends, Saturn is not going to be moving sign, it is just going to be moving the Nakshatra, and it will happen in your 10th house. Now Saturn's transit in the 10th house is generally seen as a time very supportive for the attainment of position. So I'm sure it is going to be like a lot of the hard work for you. But one thing is for sure, that Saturn being in the Uttara Bhadrapada, for all of your actions and struggle, you will be guided by the right people in the right direction. And there is always a capacity to learn the lesson, what the planet is trying to teach you. So a lot of the practical hands-on ground learning you're going to have, especially in your career endeavors. And friends, when we talk about Rahu and Ketu, the planets of your destiny, the planets of the destiny shift, so that will happen around the end of the year only. Rahu and Ketu are very comfortable right now. Rahu is transiting in your 9th house. Transit of Rahu in the 9th is generally considered as good, especially for the air lagnas, air signs, because Gemini is generally considered as very curious, very knowledge seeker rising sign or the zodiac. And for those people who are open to the knowledge, Rahu is the best placement. Like Rahu being in the 9th house, where there is a lot of the higher wisdom, knowledge, your capacity to have fortune awakened on multiple occasions because of the support of the foreign people. So Rahu's placement is very good. And when we talk about from Ketu's placement point of view, so Ketu is transiting in your like third house, which is generally considered as good. It makes you very critical. It cut down your friend circle, but only leave you with very like people with whom you have mutual interest. But now friends, at the end of the year, Rahu will move to your 8th house, and Ketu will move to your second house, which is going to be a tricky placement because Ketu in the second house can bring many karmic blockages in the flow of money, and Rahu in the 8th house becomes very dark, very mysterious. So we'll talk about that. So okay friends, now after this we will start our discussion looking at some important dates in specific months where planets are going to be very kind to you. So the very first thing is that the start of the year. Like the way friends, many Vedic astrologers give lot of attention to the first day. Like for example, many astrologers make predictions on the basis of the planetary alignments on the day of the Chatra Shukla Pratipada. Many astrologers give prediction on the basis of the Mesh Sankranti, when Sun has transited to the Aries sign. Same is the way like even the English calendar and the first day of the year holds a lot of importance. It can actually give you an insight that with what kind of planetary alignment you're starting your new year. So right at the beginning of the year, you're going to have like Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all the planets are going to be placed in your 7th house. So which is a very good indication, which in itself tells about that you will initiate the year with a clear vision for your business, marriage and public life. Now friends, the date which you have to mark in the calendar is the February, like Feb 6th. So now on Feb 6th, Venus, which happened to be your 5th lord, your 12th lord, is going to be transiting in the Aquarius sign, like your 9th house. So friends, this is generally considered as an auspicious time. So it is going to be auspicious time for the students, especially if you are like trying to enroll to any foreign university. So right at the beginning of the year only, you will get right set of opportunities. So auspicious time for the students, and also we can expect success in the love affairs. Now the next date you have to mark it down is the Feb 23rd. So now friends, on Feb 23rd, like Mars, Sun, Mercury, Venus and Rahu are going to be conjunct in your 9th house. Like Mars will make its move and then it will get conjunct with all these planets. Like friends, in your case, Mars beyond any doubt is the lord of the 6th house. Mars is not a good planet for you. But when it comes down to the wish fulfillment potential, so Mars holds the key because Mars has got a rulership over your 11th house. So and I guess that is the only reason Gemini Lagna natives could be very persistent. For any of their wish fulfillment, they have to face a lot of the hardship, resistance, competition. But it's just because if your eyes are set on the final ultimate goal, no matter how much hardship is coming your way, you still keep on enduring it. That is the story with the Gemini. So friends, on Feb 23rd, this combination of the planetary alignments in your 9th house will just tell about that blessing will drive many wish fulfillment. Because of the support of the luck, many things can materialize. So for example, this could be the time when you can expect a promotion can happen, because if the 6th lord and the 3rd lord is making a connection in the 9th house, it is very supportive for that. And just because your ascendant lord Mercury is a part of that, so it is going to be very supportive time. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in the months of the month of the March are March 2nd. Now that is going to be the time when Venus is going to be exalted, and it will happen in your 10th house. It is going to be the exaltation of Venus, that too with conjunction with the planet Saturn. So that also tells about some lifetime, some important goal, important promotion, first big break could happen during this time. See, obviously if you are connected with the art, entertainment, creative sector, so your 5th lord is somehow getting exalted in the 10th house, and whatever Saturn gives, you have already worked hard for that, whether in this lifetime or some other lifetime. Planets have a store and they have a account for every single action, intention of yours. So I mean to say, this could be very supportive time for you when like on March 2nd, when Venus is going to be exalted in your 10th house. Now friends, the second important date is of the March 11th, when Jupiter will become direct on your first house. So friends, you know this thing that when a planet is in a retrograde motion, somehow there is a pending or past audit or theme with which the planet is operating. But once Jupiter will turn direct, over your first house, it is going to be a very good and very supportive sign that now the blessing and grace will be looking forward in a way for some new auspicious event and development and manifestation to happen in your life. So in the month of the March, some good turnaround you can expect, affecting your public life, affecting your career, your academic opportunities, some sort of like consideration for promotion. So regarding that, it is going to be supportive month. Now friends, come the month of April, and on April 2nd, Mars will transit to your 10th house, and it is going to get conjunct with the planet Sun and the Saturn. Now this is a yoga where we say that there is a possibility of attainment of position, promotion, position, especially for those people who are in the tech roles. So it is going to be very supportive time for that, because see friends, again, Mars is your like 6th lord, but Mars is your 11th lord as well, and somehow all these planets in a sequence, if you will pay attention, whether this is like Mars, whether it's Sun, whether it's Saturn, 10th house has got many significator karaka, and if they all are aligned together, heavy, empowered, powerful energy, that means if you are already working in these kind of fields like army, military, like sports and all, and let's say for example if there is any cutthroat competition, and this is how you have to project yourself that I am trained enough, I am like, you know, there is a word they use in the military, battle trained. So I mean to say, if you come up with those kind of experiences, so I would say that you could be considered. So yes, for the attainment of position, this could be in the tech role, this could be in the government role, this could be in the military role, this could be in the political role. It's going to be very supportive time for you. Now friends, come April 19th. On April 19th, Venus is going to transit to your 12th house, get strengthened over there, being in the Taurus. We generally say that for the pleasurable activities, feel-good activities, some luxurious travels, it is going to be a very supportive time. Along with that, anything, any aspiration of yours which connects you with the foreign land, it is going to be a very supportive time for that. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in your calendar is May 11th. So now on May 11th, Mars will transit to your 11th house. It is going to get strengthened over there. Now again, it's not only individually Mars is coming over there, which has made me put it in this discussion. It's just like that when Mars will enter in this house, like Sun and Mercury are already going to be there, and Sun is going to be exalted in your 11th house. So that means, see, even if no matter how strengthened a planet is in a sign, but if the house lord is weak, somehow the planet, and once Mars will also come enter your 11th house, it will complete a loop over there. So that in itself means that friends, on May 11th, it is going to be creating some good yoga for you for the gains and the wish fulfillment point of view, especially if it is connected with the media, communication, book publishing, anything, it is very supportive. Now friends, moving ahead, now let's say for example, the next date when or which you can mark in your calendar is of June 1st. So on June 1st, 2nd, based on your location, Jupiter is going to get exalted in your 2nd house. So friends, we generally say that this is going to be the time when new doors will open for finances, and there could be addition of a new member in the family as well. See, in your case, Jupiter becomes your like 7th lord and the 10th lord. So friends, this is a kind of a typical combination where we say that fifth to any house is the byproduct of that. Like our 5th house tells about our child, what we create. So from the 10th house, if you will go 5 places ahead of it, so you will reach the 2nd house. That means what your hardship, your struggle and your career endeavors will create, that is what we see from the 2nd house. The byproduct, the birth of your professional endeavors, which comes in the form of a defamation or fame or position, wealth, rewards, status in the society. So all of that will enhance in your case. And yes, if you are planning to get married, planning a childbirth, or like we generally say, when Jupiter transit from the 2nd house or the 4th house, it generally gives us some reason where the whole family get together in a mode to celebrate and we only celebrate like auspicious occasions, right? So Jupiter exalted is very supportive for that. And if you are already working in the field of like anything to do with the finance, preaching, motivational talks, publishing, finance, so it is going to be supportive time for you. Now friends, when we talk about the July 16th, so the next auspicious date which you can mark in your calendar is July 16th. Now that is going to be the time when Jupiter Sun conjunction will happen in your second house. Now friends, Sun is your like third lord. It is going to get conjunct with this exalted Jupiter in the second house. That in itself tells about that if you are in a family business, if your income is connected with the like government projects, independent work, artistic creative work, so it is going to be a very supportive time for you. We generally say this thing that Jupiter in your case is the prime and most important planet which represents your public image and the outcome of your career endeavors. So that means if it is getting conjunct with Sun, so during this time you might find someone very prominent, someone very influential who might pass and get you some important work, might give you access to important elite clubs. So there's going to be all that possibility which can be attached with this. See friends, you cannot even overlook this fact that in your case Rahu is already transiting in your 9th house. So Rahu generally gives the chance of the fortune awakening in most and least unexpected times. So sudden chance of fortune awakening generally happen in these kind of alignments. Now friends, after that when we talk about the next important date for you, that is September 18th. So now September 18th, Mars will transit to your second house and it is going to get debilitated over there. Like Mars in the Cancer is considered as debilitated and weak. So first of all, Mars is not a good planet for you. But again friends, now what is happening with this kind of Neech Bhang Raj Yoga? This is the purest essence of the cancellation of the debilitation, because if you will go by the Vedic Astrology classics and all, they have explained different ways via which we can see a planet's debilitation getting cancelled. So for example, if Jupiter is in the Capricorn, debilitated, but if it is in the Cancer Navamsa, then it is considered as like the debilitation has got cancelled. So same is the way, but this is the cancellation of the debilitation in its purest essence. And what does it tell about? See, it just tells about that Mars is surrendering to the Guru in its weakest form and Guru is in its purest form, and everything happening in the second house. So that tells about that if there have been long standing dispute in the family, that can be suddenly resolved, or if there are like any blockages where like you are planning and trying to do something and your own family, your own virtues, your own vices are coming in the way, so they will melt down. So that is the power of the planet Jupiter. Again friends, I don't know how much do you give credit to the luck, blessing or kripa. I'm not that old, I am old, I am in middle age, but I have seen that in my personal life, in the life of people around me, the clients I give consultations, some of those people who by themselves say they have made a big fortune in their life and their start was very humble and they don't even consider themselves as very genius or gifted, but it happened and they say, Nipun, all because of luck, all because of blessing, grace. So it's very important friends, and that's all what I can say. In your case, this combination getting formed in your second house, you will get the answers for that. So, and also friends, like for those people, any concerns of debt, credit, loan, you might come up with the opportunity to resolve your debt or loan situation, or any disputed concern, your money got lost, someone took your money and not returning it back. So during this time, all those things will regenerate. That theme will recur. Now friends, finally on October 31st, Jupiter will move to your third house. It is going to be a very important transit friends, especially those people who are like connected with publishing, writing, communication, motivational talks, teaching, training, a very supportive time. And friends, in the month of November, Jupiter and Ketu are going to be briefly conjunct in your third house. So it is generally considered as a very auspicious, fortunate combination. The divine will and the omens, shakuns will play a very significant role, and many work can get initiated during this time. Lastly friends, on December 5th, the nodal shift will happen after 18 months. So Rahu and Ketu. So again friends, now after this, Rahu will move to your 8th house. So Rahu's transit to the 8th house in the Capricorn is considered as a very potent combination, where we generally say that the desires, the fascination, obsession of Rahu generally goes in the domain of the unknown, hidden realm. Like Rahu being empowered in the 8th house can make someone very fearless. Like people who do like those kind of jobs and activities which a normal person cannot do or cannot perform. So Rahu can make you very fearless to deep dive into any challenges, any threats. Ketu in the 2nd house, if you are actually, see, this is a combination which is very good for the psychics, astrologers, scientists, inventors. Like, see, when people book their reading with me, even when you are listening to this, you're not listening for any other gossip or other things, right? I'm not a comedian, or I'm not even good in that. You just want to listen some prophecy from me. That's the reason we get the reading. Ketu in the 2nd house gives you that. And we say that the ancestral blessing helps people dealing with any of their financial or family challenges. So yes, this axis will active, but it will only happen after the end of the year. But one thing is for sure, that the blockages if you were experiencing in the domain of the 3rd house because of the presence of the Ketu over there, being an artist, being a creative person, you find yourself like in that creative block situation, or Ketu completely cut down your friend circle, your relationship with the siblings in the past 18 months, at least that will be over. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, you know what you have to do. Thanks a lot.